Well, hello, everybody. This is Jeff Wydell. Welcome to another Henrico's Environmental Action Resource Team podcast. We are here today. Once again, I have one of our returning guests, Megan Brown. She is the executive coordinator for Keep Henrico Beautiful. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
It's
again.
good to see you, and I love all the flowers and things. If you're not watching, there's all kinds of awesome wildflowers in here, purple colors and cool stuff like that. So we are here to basically promote an event that's coming up. And what's the event?
Yes, the event is the Plant Native Festival.
Cool.
So that's what we're promoting today.
Right.
We want people to come out Saturday, October 21st. It starts at 10 a.m., goes to 2.
Right.
And then we have a little break to get ready for a keynote speaker at 2:30.
Wow. Well, tell me, what's the basis of this event? What's it all about?
Okay, so the event is all about native plants and supporting our native ecosystem. So that being said, we are going to have tons of plants. We have people who are coming to sell native plants, but then we also have informational booths and organizations talking about the environment that the native plants support. So
Right.
it's kind of, it's a lot. And then when I say a lot, I mean a lot of good stuff.
Right. Now, this is a, you and I were talking about this. This is kind of a unique opportunity because all the people that are involved have something to do. They have a stake in the environment and try to improving things in our area.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Everyone there will have some sort of information, some sort of stake into, like you said, they're invested in conservation.
Right, and the Heart Committee is going to be out there too because we really want to get out there and mingle with the community and let them know about who we are and the kind of things that we're doing. And this really climbs right up our tree, because we are, through the Green Space Committee, we are looking to try to educate people about native species. So tell me about why natives versus non-natives?
So one of the most important things to know is that native plants are the backbone of a healthy ecosystem. Without them, a healthy ecosystem cannot exist. So we as a society got away from native plants. We started to bring in, well, I mean, this goes way back. We brought in plant species from other countries to use in our landscapes because for whatever reason we thought the benefits were.
Right.
And those species don't provide services for our wildlife and our ecosystem.
Right.
So we're learning all the time that if we want to do right by the environment, we need to use native plants.
Right,
So.
right. And one of the things, too, I've heard is not that we want to, create the villain of the invasive species, but one of the things I've heard that's great from a landscaping point of view of perhaps a homeowner is that the native plants are more suited for this environment.
Absolutely. They're so beneficial for homeowners because, if you have ever dug a hole in your yard, you've hit probably red clay, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's maybe the bane of gardeners' existence in Virginia.
Right.
But native plants evolved with our soil. And so you can pop them in the ground. It's very unlikely that they're going to need fertilizer. It's unlikely that they're going to need coddling and babying like other plants because they're used to our environment.
Right.
And I think when I put my native plants in the fall, I water them.
Right.
Because you water every plant when you put it in the ground.
Right.
But then I stop. I do not get my hose out and water my native plants because they're used to our climate, our moisture levels. they're used to the crazy fluctuations of Virginia summers,
Right,
that really
right.
annoy us, but they're basically kind of used to it. So yeah, they're actually pretty easy for homeowners to use.
Right. So it sounds like this event is going to be cool because it's going to be. Is there going to be things of interest for the whole family for different ages?
Well, it's not an event that has like bouncy houses and face painting and stuff,
Right.
but kids won't get lost in the shuffle because we're going to have herpetologists there. We're going to
cool.
have the Bluebird Society there. We're going to have people talking about pollinators and reptiles and amphibians. So it's really going to be a great learning experience for everybody.
So it sounds like it's really showcasing the beauty of nature.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
It will absolutely do that. And people are going to, if you have a little bug in your ear, like, haha, I did a pun like Jeff.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. That's control. I'm just so excited. I used a pun with the pun master. If you are like maybe have an interest in bluebirds or monarchs or something like that, and you've just always wanted to ask someone questions about those, this is where you go to ask the questions, and the person talking to you is going to be excited, and the person next to you is probably going to be excited, and they're probably going to share their experiences with monarchs or, what be it, or whatever type of plant you're looking at. So,
And it's interesting. I know that to try to keep up with the times, I know that the people on the internet nowadays, and I'm going to sound like an old man, but we refer to them as influencers.
Yes.
Okay. These people are old school, new school influencers. They've been doing it all the time, way before the internet even came around.
Yes. Yeah. These are the experts out there. Yeah, the expert influencers. And I tell people, keep Henrico beautiful. We can't tell you what plant to put in your yard for this situation in this amount of light, but boy, we can gather up the experts and they can tell you. I mean, they're just, these people who are coming to the festival are top notch.
Right. Now, this event, is it free or is there an entry?
It's absolutely free.
Cool. It's absolutely free. So it's a wonderful opportunity to bring your creativity, bring your enthusiasm, bring your questions.
Yes.
And it's an opportunity that, there, as they say, there's no bad question.
Right.
Exactly.
It's there.
So
someone else has asked it at some point, so don't worry about it.
There you go. So what else? What else do people want to? They should know about this event?
So we also have opportunities for you to hear speakers.
Okay.
We have 3 speakers throughout the day. We'll have a big tent that kind of anchors the festival.
Okay.
So at 10:30. We have Bland Godden, who is a Keep Henrico Beautiful committee member, and she is going to talk about the lazy gardener's way to starting seeds. So if someone hands you a packet of seeds, or if you're at your friend's house and you're like, oh, that's a really cool plant, and they're like, here, take a bunch of seeds, she's going to tell you her tried and true method of getting them started.
Okay.
Then at 11:15 to 12:15, we'll have a tree panel. And that's called Native Trees, a Precious Resource. Okay. So come to that.
Right.
Ask, your questions about what trees to plant in your yard and how to plant them. Mm-hmm. And then at 1 o'clock, we have Cheryl Smith, who is a Virginia Master Naturalist. She is going to talk. Her talk is titled Plant This, Not That.
Okay.
So if you're ready to go with putting some plants in your yard and you want to know what to put in, looking around, you might think, for instance, like Nandina is a great plant. A lot of people use it in their landscape, but the berries are actually poisonous to birds. We even think the leaves are not great for the local insects. So she's going to say, well, hey, instead of this, plant that.
Right.
So then again at 2:30, we have a nationally known author, Nancy Lawson. She wrote The Humane Gardener and Wildscapes. She will be speaking at 2:30.
Excellent. Well, that sounds like it's just a treasure trove of stuff going on.
Yes,
and that's great.
A lot of good stuff.
Well, again, let's mention again the Plant Native Festival is happening at Crump Park, which is
3400 Mountain Road in Glen Allen.
And when and
Saturday, October 21st, 10 to 2, vendor fair, and then 2:30 keynote speaker.
Excellent. And again, it's absolutely free, so bring everybody, and it should be a really enjoyable event. Megan, I want to thank you once again for coming out to do this podcast. I always enjoy the time, and thank you again for bringing the fantastic flowers. Again, the people that are listening, I'm sorry, but they're wonderful. They're really cool. So, and again, we have our friend Stuart on the table here, and he has a little, he's promoting today too. He's got Plant Native on there, but also his motto, he is our mascot, and his motto is to choose to reuse and reminds us to be good stewards of the environment. And once again, if you want to get some information about our group, HEART, you can go to our website, which is henrico.us/HEART. All right, well, thanks a lot, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye.